Hello everyone, and this is the third tutorial of the machine learning series. Here we will be delving into supervised learning even more, and we will also be revising a few of the concepts that we have already seen in the previous videos. So let's start. So let's see what supervised learning actually is. We've already gone through this once again, so in this video we'll be revising it. So the training of machines using well-labeled training data and further prediction of output based on this data is supervised learning. Its aim is to find a mapping function to map the input variable x with the output variable. Some of the examples would be risk assessment, image classification, fraud detection, spam filtering, etc. These are the areas where supervised learning is used. So in this topic, we will be discussing the examples of supervised learning, its working, major steps involved, merits and demerits of them, and some examples of machine learning algorithms. The working of supervised learning can be easily understood by this diagram given. So let us now try and dissect this diagram and learn about the working. So here you can see we already have a labeled data, we have labels, then the model is trained, then the prediction is made and tested, and then the output is generated. Let's go into a little bit detail. So suppose we have a data set of different types of shapes which include square, rectangle, triangle and polygon. Now the first step is that we need to train the model for each shape. If the given shape has 4 sides and all the sides are equal, then it will be labeled as a square. If the given shape has 3 sides, then it will be labeled as a triangle. And if the given shape has 6 equal sides, then it will be called as a hexagon. Now after this, the model with the aim of identifying the shape can be tested using a test set. The machine is already trained on all types of shapes, and when it finds a new shape, it classifies the shape on the basis of a number of sides and predicts the output. Now steps involved in supervised learning. Determination of the type of training data set will be step number 1. Then comes collection of the labeled training data. Split the training data set into training data set, test data set and validation data set. Determining the input features of the training data set, having adequate knowledge so that the model can accurately predict the output. Determination of the suitable algorithm for the model, such as support vector machine, decision tree, etc. Execution of the algorithm on the training data set. Sometimes we need validation sets as the control parameters, which are the subset of training data set. It is because we do not want to miss the off-edge cases. Evaluation of the accuracy of the model by providing the test set if the model predicts the correct output, which means our model is accurate. Now we've already seen that supervised learning has two types, that's regression and classification. So let's go through regression once again. It is a supervised learning task where output is having continuous value. Some areas of applications are weather forecasting, market trends, etc. And below are some popular regression algorithms which we'll be learning later on in the series. Now classification algorithms are used when the output variable is categorical, which means there are two classes such as yes, no, male, female, true, false, etc. So we use classification for problems where the data is discrete. Now, one of the examples of classification is spam filtering. It's how our email system classifies an email as a spam email or not a spam email. Now, the merits of supervised learning, its advantages. So, the first one would be that with the help of supervised learning, the model can predict the output on the basis of prior experiences. In supervised learning, we can have an exact idea about the classes of objects. Supervised learning model helps us to solve various real-world problems such as fraud detection, spam filtering, etc. Now let's have a look on the demerits of supervised learning. Supervised learning models are not suitable for handling the complex tasks. Supervised learning cannot predict the correct output if the test data is different from the training data set. Training requires a lot of computation time. In supervised learning, we need enough knowledge about the classes of objects. So that was it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.